Welcome to the Loyal Opposition Podcast. I'm Bernie Flowers, one of Uncle Sam's wayward children. I believe that our country's best days are still in front of us, but if those best days are to come, we need to change the direction of the country now, before it's too late. I intend to talk about important topics every week in hopes of helping to improve our country and our way of life. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let's get started. Our guest for episode number 50 is Colonel Vincent D. Crabb, United States Army. Vince is a returning champion. As you know, Vince Crabb, United States Army, is a rare breed of soldier. In 1979, he started out as an enlisted man, and in 2010, he retired from the United States Army as a highly decorated full colonel after 40 years of service and more to his country. Known among the ranks as the official sheriff of Baghdad, Colonel Crabb is a professional leader with a progressive hands-on experience in field artillery, infantry, psychological operations, military deception, operation security, civil affairs, and many, many other disciplines. Vince Crabb is a soldier's soldier, and he's my friend. He's also my battle buddy. We've been so for 20 years. Vince Crabb ran for Congress in the 25th District of Texas recently. He was unsuccessful in his first try, but he made big waves in Texas. I think he might just try again. And also, Vince has ties to the Texas border operation. I want to know what's happening down there, and I want to know what the mood is like among the citizens, and I think you do too. So without any further ado, Vince, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing, my friend?
Brother, I'm as good as gold. I tell you what, you got some special knowledge that I believe that the people would want to know. So without any further ado, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. You mind?
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead.
All right, let's get at it. Tell us about your newest adventure first, running for Congress down in Texas. I bet that was fun.
Well, it was extremely busy for sure. And, I told a lot of the folks, been around the world, a lot of different countries, battlefields. At one point, I thought I'd been everywhere and seen everything. And until I started doing the campaign for Congress, I soon found out that I was wrong. I thought, man, I have just got bit off into a bigger animal now, and it's a different animal. I won't say it's bigger, but it's certainly different. And I'll just tell you and your friends that are listening here that our politics, they're not a pure, they're not pure at all. They're unfortunately trying to think how to say this and be nice because we got to be nice. There's a lot of stuff happening, I believe, behind the scenes that our citizens do not know about, and I think they're being misled.
Yeah.
They're being the deception to the citizens. So my experience with this, extremely busy. I was out. I was out in the district. My district was 13 counties, 826,000 people.
Lord.
Kind of give you an atmosphere of what's going on. I think not only in my district, but in the nation as a whole. Out of 826,000 people, 75,000 people voted.
Wow.
That to me, as a commander, a director, a former, leader, that tells me something's wrong. Something's wrong when you've got that many people, that population, and only 75,000 comes out to vote. And what I'm saying here for the people that will hear this, either they're fed up, they're frustrated, or they don't care. And it don't even matter which category you pick of what I just said. Any of those is not okay. Again, we used to do atmosphere control or checks all the time in the military. You're a commander, you know what I'm talking about. You'd get your first sergeant or your sergeant major, go, hey, how's how the troops doing out there? I'm kind of getting a read that maybe the atmosphere is not really good right now. What's going on, and why is it going on? We need to figure out the why.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's kind of where I'm at. And again, not only in this district, and I know you're still running up in Maryland, and I got a feeling you're running into the same probably problems and issues that I'm seeing here.
Oh yeah.
In our nation, that people they're tired, they don't really know what to do or how to do. And unfortunately, the people that we've got at the command post today, which is the Senate, the Congress, the executive staff at the White House, I don't believe that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And again, I'm trying to be nice, but so my experience, go back to your original question, my experience, it was certainly a big eye opener for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was one of them too, your audience, the citizens, and that I was under the assumption that I was being taken care of. And of course, you and I, we've been friends for forever. As you well know, we was in battle together, and we know each other. Put it that way. So I think if I see you concerned, that makes me concerned. If you see me concerned, I got a feeling that you're concerned. And I'd like to think there's enough people out there that would see our background and be concerned with us. And I was talking to a couple of guys yesterday. One's at Fort Bragg. He retired there. I had another one. He's in South Texas. He's retired. Another commander or soldier of mine. And they're like one of them said, sir, if you can't get elected, who can? I said, I don't know. He goes, well, and of course, I'm talking to people, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not mad because I lost. I don't believe it was on the up and the up,
yeah,
like I would like for it to be. And I'm not going to get in here. I'm going to tell you the same thing I said during the campaign. I'm not going to talk about the other people. I watch the debates on TV, and they talk about each other's hands and feet, and who cares? I mean, we got to get back on track and stop being Republicans and Democrats and start being Americans again.
Amen.
I mean, look at this bill that they just passed.
Oh Lord.
I mean, it's 1,000 pages that they want them to read and overnight is like, and the answer is no. The answer is no. So go back to my campaign is like, you put a guy back in the seat that's been in there for 12 years, and he literally has done nothing. Mm. He has absolutely done nothing. The guy's worth $200 million, so he runs in a different circle than I do, you do.
Right.
Like part of my speech out there when I was talking to folks that I don't know, I guess we're in the blue collar worker category. I don't really know what we are, but we're soldiers.
Yes, we are.
We are two men. We're good men. I know we are. We have been there, done it. We fought. We tried to do the right thing at the right time. You're still doing yours. And hope for Maryland's sake you get in. And I think you've got a really good shot at this right now. And I think you've stirred up the hornet's nest. I think you're getting looked at really hard. I mean, I'm even seeing you down here on TV a lot, but anyway, I keep going back to the question is that, let me tell you, on the campaign trail, is the way people were treating me. There's times that I felt like a homeless guy asking for a dollar bill out there. I've been kicked off of, it's kind of funny if you want to have a funny. I've been kicked off of 5 Walmart parking lots for talking to people asking them for a vote. And I was thinking to myself, like, I go from being a director of a very large organization, the Department of Defense, to being kicked off a Walmart parking lot. I said, and the only thing I'm doing is, hey, this is me. I'm Vince Crabb, Colonel Crabb, United States Army, retired, running for Congress. And there's always somebody that, and I always tell you now, I'm not talking about Walmart because Walmart was actually good to me. But they had once one person went in and complained to the management. And, as a commander, there's never a problem until somebody complains. Now it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so all 5 of those Walmarts, I'll just tell you, and I'll take up for Walmart here a little bit. Every one of the managers or the people that come out, they come out, hey, sir, Colonel Crabb, I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. We had somebody complain that said you was, giving them a brochure, and you can do it, but you got to contact the headquarters of Walmart and get a permit and all this, nonsense. I was like, wow. Anyway, so they actually were doing their job, but every one of those managers that come out and spoke with me told me they voted for me. I don't know if they're telling me the truth or not, but that's what they told me. And but you got to go back to the people that complained about me being in a Walmart parking lot and asking for a vote, or just trying to introduce myself and giving you a handout, and you're mad about that. I mean, everything else we got going on in this nation. Look at the border for that. I mean, we had some soldiers that was beat up on yesterday. Some of our National Guardsmen down there. They're down there with holding a stick in their hand, for God's sakes. They're not cops. They're not cops.
I'm glad you brought that up. You're just going to go into my next question because we think alike. You got a whole lot of ties to Texas law enforcement and the Border Patrol. Tell the people what's going on down there.
Well, first off, you keep hearing all this stuff. Well, we're trying to pass this. We're trying to get more money so Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, California, the border states that'll have more authorities to do this and do that. Here's the deal. For you people that's listening today or will be hearing this eventually, we've got all the authorities we need. We don't need no more authorities. Everything was already in place. President Biden on day one come in there and did executive orders and undid everything that President Trump had in place that was working perfectly. Well, let me reword that. It wasn't perfect. I don't believe in the word perfect. Nothing's perfect, but it was pretty darn good at the time. I'll just put it that way. And he went in on day one, acting like a big shot with a stack of executive orders. If people go back and probably find videos of it, he had a stack of executive orders. After he swore in that day, he went back to the Oval Office and signed them and basically undid everything that had Trump's name on it. How childish is that? You're the president of the United States, of the greatest nation in the world, and you're going to go back and act like a little school child? Are you kidding me right now? But that's what he did. So let's go back to the border. And then you bring in these National Guardsmen. Well, the White House and all the Democrats up there are trying to make it very tough on us border states. I'll just talk about Texas since that's where I'm at. That, well, you don't have the authority to do this. You don't have the authority to do that. They had the U.S. Border Patrol cutting the wires down there after the wire was put up, the Concertina wire, and because they're federal. If people don't know, U.S. Border, they don't belong to Texas. They belong to the United States of America, Homeland Security. That's who they belong to. And so they were ordered to go down and cut the wire after we put it up, we Texans. And the answer is, that's a wrong answer. You don't do that. We as a state, whether it be Texas, New Mexico, California, we have the right. People need to check the laws, the Constitution. They need to check everything out there. We already have the right to defend ourselves. Okay, now look at that border. We've been doing better down there. I've been down there 4 times, and so it's gotten better. But every turn that we Texans make, Abbott, the government steps in and tries to undo it. Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Have you lost your damn mind? What is wrong with you? Have you lost your mind?
Let it
so
flow,
then you
brother.
put soldiers down there. Those soldiers aren't cops. People need to understand, our soldiers are not cops. Those soldiers are the protectors of the United States of America. Even though they're National Guard and reservists, it doesn't matter. They're still trained to fight the enemy. Now, you put them down there with a stick in their hand. If they have a gun, their guns are empty. Oh, by the way, I would never have done that to my soldiers. And here's the other thing. There are other ammunition that is not a lethal ammunition, but it will get your attention.
There you go.
And you got to go, well, Colonel Crabb, how would you know about that? Because I used it. That's why. You've got shotguns that we can shoot beanbags through to knock people back.
Bullets, non-lethals.
We got rubber bullets. We got a bunch of different things to do. But our guys got beat up yesterday by people coming across the border.
Mm-hmm.
Unacceptable.
That's right.
And then everybody up in that northeast corner, lottie-dottie, everybody, everything's happy and go lucky today, no big deal. It is a big deal. If you morons don't wake up, you're going to be fighting them in your backyard. And then you got somebody that's got, the experience to know how the know-how, me, you, people like us, the veterans. And another thing to your listeners, if you haven't noticed, during Trump president, there's a lot of veterans coming on board in the House and the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
And since this president's been in there, well, it seems like they get blocked quite a bit.
Yes.
And I think we all know why. And if you don't know why, I'll tell you why. Because we think like we think. We veterans think like we think, especially the ones that's been in combat. We try to put common horse sense back into the scenario of our nation today, because we can fix this, and we do have a right as a nation to protect our borders, and also we do have a right to use lethal actions. So when you knock down fences and you start beating up on men and women in uniform, we actually do have a right to shoot you. But you call it like it is. Everybody wants to play the pretty word game. I don't want to play a pretty word game. Let me tell you what it really is. You can be shot. Now you got your knuckleheads that's in there today. Well, we're gonna put you in jail. We're gonna try you. We're protecting the country. You idiot. You idiots. You educated idiots. What is wrong with y'all?
Vince, you are a plain-spoken man, and that's why we've been friends all these years. You don't mince words. I got another question for you, brother. You ready?
Yeah, hit me.
What's the mood of the people down there? Regular, everyday Texans, middle-class folks.
They're mad. They're disappointed. I kind of go back to the original conversation was I think it's why a lot of them didn't come out and vote, because they're thinking, well, why should I vote? It don't matter anyway. Nobody's going to listen. I think that's the atmosphere, and people are like a bunch of dogs or a snake that's coiled up right now. And I don't think it's only in Texas. I think it's across our nation. Everybody's mad. I mean, everybody's like they're waiting for somebody to do or say something so they can snap at them or, jump on them, beat them up. And everybody's just mad right now. And, as a commander, that the leader has a lot to do with the atmosphere of the people,
Yeah,
and so if we got a leadership that's not doing well, it bleeds down to the troops. Their troops being our citizens of the United States of America. And so they're worried. Remember, these people got kids, got grandkids, businesses, jobs they're trying to hold on to, put food on the table. So the people they're nervous, in my opinion. And I've been out in the district, trust me, I've probably spent 6 to 7 weeks out in this district. And I mean, I was sleeping in hotels. I was going from town to town because there's a lot of ranches and farms in my district. So I was out there with the people. That's all it was to it. I was out talking to people, and people are frustrated. Well, why should I vote? It's not going to help anyway. Like the guy I run against, I never met one guy or girl that liked him, but he won again. He's the incumbent, but he won again.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, I gotta question that, but it is what it is, I guess. But
yeah,
well, why do you want to go status quo? If every time you walk in the front yard, that neighbor runs over there and hits you in the knee with a bat. Either you can do something about it, tell the neighbor to stop, or hit him back with a bat, or move. That's kind of your choices. Well, same thing with Congress. Even with you. You up around Baltimore, you've got a mess. I keep up with what you're doing and how you're doing and your people around you. I hear that you can't even walk down the road up there in Baltimore. I'll stay up in Baltimore, but it's here in Dallas and Fort Worth and Houston, same thing.
Yeah.
That you go out in the park of a night You can't take your children or your grandchildren. Even during the day, sometimes you got to be careful.
That's
And,
right.
and if you're smart, you got a pistol in your pocket, quite frankly. And again, people that's going to be listening, I'm not saying, they don't go say Colonel Crabb said carry a gun. That's not what I'm saying. The point to the comment is you got to be prepared to protect yourself some way, somehow.
Amen to that.
And, so it's because there's people are acting out, and I don't care if you're in the inner city or you're out here in the outskirts, they're doing the same thing, trust me, in the suburbs. So just, you got to be cautious. So when you go out, that's the things like you, me, people like us, we could work on it. We could fix it. They go, well, the people in there now, they've been trying to fix it. Well, no, they haven't. That's a lie. Let me say it again. That's a lie. They lied. They ain't doing nothing but making their pockets fat.
I don't know that they want to fix anything, to tell you the truth, bro.
You give the authority back to those police departments.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you right now, right here yesterday. Let me tell you, you asked about the atmosphere. Here yesterday in the city next door here, Arlington, Texas, they had a welfare check, and it's a city that I used to be part of that I retired from years ago. A welfare check means somebody heard something that they're concerned about, so they call 911 and say, hey, we're concerned about the people next door across the hallway here at the apartments. And would you send somebody out here to check on them, make sure they're okay? So they did that. So the cops and the firemen showed up. So they hear the little kids inside crying, going, Mom, please wake up. Mom, wake up. Mom, wake up. Well, as a first responder, that's an indicator that Mom's not waking up.
Right.
So is Mom dead? Is Mom OD'd, overdosed? Something's wrong. Well, what didn't know that the boyfriend, the daddy of the kids, whoever was in there with her. So when the door didn't get opened up, the fireman, we carried the tools that opened the doors with. I went to open the door, and the guy shot through the door and shot the fireman in the chest. He lived, but he's in critical condition this morning. So that's the atmosphere that you've got going on. And I'm not saying that the atmosphere caused this knucklehead to shoot the fireman. He's probably a knucklehead anyway, would be my guess. But that's what's going on. I mean, why would you shoot a fireman? He's the one that's going to help you and your family. He's going to help you when you overdose. He's going to help you when you're on the corner and get shot by somebody else. That's the guy or girl that's going to come out and help you stay alive, possibly. Why do you want to shoot them? They had a string of them last year over in Dallas. They had, I think, 5 or 6 that were literally stabbed going up a stairway in several of the apartments in Dallas last year. Then they had several that were shot, and what they were doing was dialing 911, and they were basically ambushing them is what they're doing on purpose. But why would people do that? Who in their right mind wants to kill a bunch of people that's going to help you? It makes no sense to me.
Living strange times, brother. Strange times.
So what do we do with these people? Hey, I got an idea. Let's put them in prison. Let's put them in a prison that don't have air conditioning and heat. How about that? That's another thing. I mean, look at that really nice lady up in New York City. That's an idiot that's going after Trump. The crap she's doing is against the law, and she's getting away with it. Then you got the other lady down in Georgia. She had her little friend on the side, gave him a bucket of money. So he resigns, but they're thinking about letting her stay and go ahead and crucify Trump. What kind of nation does that? And I'm not talking about black, white, purple, and pink. I don't care what color they are. What they're doing is wrong.
It sure is.
But it's being allowed. That's the problem. It is being allowed, and it's unacceptable. So here we are. You got people like me and you trying to make a difference. Like I said, I didn't make my primary. And I hope you do, because you'd be a good man for the job. I mean, and put authority back into your police department. Give your first responders everything they need. Work on your schools. Work on the security for your schools. Work on the security for the parks. The parks are for the children, not for the thugs and the drug dealers. You tell me, well, I've been working on it. I can't do it. I bet I can. You go ahead and get in Congress and give me that authority. Give me the commission. Go, hey, Colonel Crabb, come up here. I want you to fix this for me. You got it.
I had that in mind from day one. You know
You
that.
give me about 6 months and see what happens. You can walk Grandma and Grandpa through that park at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I can promise you nothing will ever touch them.
There you go. Man, I'm going to tell you what. I know you're a busy man. You got a lot of stuff going on right now. I'm not going to take up too much more of your time, but people are going to want to know how to reach you if they need to. So, how can people get a hold of it?
Well, right now my website's still up, but they can contact me on that. And their phone number is 210-386-8439. That's my personal cell phone, which most people don't give out, but there it is. Call me.
You're that kind of dude. Brother, you know, I got to ask you one more question. And I know it, I told you I was going to try to get you out of here. I know you got stuff going on, but is there anything else you'd like to say to the people?
You know, I want our American people to think about that. I said American people. I didn't say Democrat people. I didn't say Republican people. I didn't say black, white, purple, pink, young, old, rich, poor. If we do not stand shoulder to shoulder as Americans, we got to stand as Americans shoulder to shoulder. If we don't do that, this time next year, our country's going to be, it's going to look totally different. And we may have to go back in time, like, you know, and rebuild again. So I'm telling everybody, look to your left, look to your right. Do a good deed for somebody. You don't have to get paid. Do it because it needs to be done. Help the lady next door mow her yard. Help somebody change their tire. You see somebody being mistreated, why don't you step in if you can? If you're able, don't step in and get yourself hurt. But if you are capable, step in and go, hey, don't do that. Be nice. You know, so be nice. That's what I would say to people. And you need different leadership, whether it be at the city level, county level, state level, federal level. The leadership you have got today is not working. They're stealing your money. They have made rules and laws because they're the ones that make the rules and laws. And they're doing nothing but doing what they do in broad daylight and daring you to say something. And if they don't like it, they're going to come take you to jail. Your family's going to be without. You're going to lose everything because you didn't want to do nothing. So I challenge you, do something. And the first step you can do is not going to cost you a dime. It won't cost you. The only thing it's going to cost you is go down and vote. I'm already past mine, but Colonel Flowers is not. He's not asking for your money. He's asking for your vote. Vote him in. And this will be a ripple. He's going to be the first pebble you're going to drop into the little bucket of water. You're going to watch that little ripple just take off. Go down and give him your vote. And if they're voting properly and not cheating, and do I think that's happening? Absolutely. 110%. I think it's happening. But if you can get enough people to get down there and vote for Colonel Flowers, Bernie Flowers is probably what it's going to look like on your ballot. Bernie Flowers. Vote him in there. We need new leadership. What you have today is not working. I'm talking real slow because I want you to understand what I'm saying. I talk like a Texas boy. Vote. Put down the video game. Put down your joint. Get off the corner. Get down there and vote. Now, this time next year, your life will be better. My friend, my battle buddy, Colonel Flowers, Bernie Flowers, you're not going to get no better. So I can tell you. So if you miss it, you miss it. When things go to crap in your community because you missed it, it's on you. Not me, not him. It's on you. Do something about it. You have that power.
Brother, I do appreciate having you on, and it means a lot to me that you'll take time out of your busy schedule to talk to your old buddy from all these years. So, with that said, Vince, thanks for coming on the show. It's always a pleasure, and I look forward to the chance to have you on again.
Cool. Sounds good.
All right, brother, you go take care of yourself.
Well, fight to fight, my friend. Fight to fight.
Amen. Well, that's about it for now. This has been the Loyal Opposition Podcast, produced in association with Liberty Arise Media, Fallback Productions, and other podcasters. I ask that you like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. Be sure to get your copy of my book, Black Values Matter, available as an ebook on Amazon, Audible, and Apple Books. And also remember that I'm running for Congress in Maryland's 3rd District. We have the best chance to win in a generation, and I intend to do just that. Check me out at flowersformaryland.com or on most social media. And lastly, it's okay to disagree, but if you want our country to prosper, we must insist on unity, transparency, and civility from ourselves and our fellow citizens. Thanks for listening to the Loyal Opposition Podcast. I'll see you next week.